Ballerina Farm is receiving hate again. Hi, I'm a clinical psychologist, and on this channel we talk about various topics and we analyze them from a psychological point of view. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Before starting this video, I want to remind you that I give in-person and online therapy. So if you need a consultation, please feel free to reach me out on my social media, my phone number, my email. All of them will be listed down below on the description box as well. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, it will help me out a lot. And if there is a specific topic that you would like me to talk about, leave it in the comments down below or feel free to DM me on my Instagram. I'm always open to suggestions and I love interacting with you all. I've talked about trad wives before here on the channel. I will leave that video in the description box. There I mentioned Hannah Neeleman, better known as Ballerina Farm, who was involved in conspiracy theories about her marriage due to a twisted interview done by a feminist reporter a few months ago. Hannah did address the situation, debunking the false narratives, and allegedly she sued the interviewer. The outcome is still unknown though. I thought that was enough to basically silence the haters, but no, Ballerina Farm is still getting extremely judged. So, a few months ago, she posted this TikTok.
Today, our family is headed out on a very big adventure. We will be away for some time, which means there's been a lot of packing and organizing to keep things running at the farm while we're away. We got all packed up, and on our way to the airport, we made our way first to New York. Then from New York, we flew to London, and then we had one more connecting flight after that. When Daniel was younger, his dad founded JetBlue, so it's always special when we get to fly with them. The kids did surprisingly well, considering how long it took to get to our destination. My mom came along with us to help with this trip, and we truly could not have made this happen without her. We arrived on a very rainy evening and then ended the night with warm tea and some spotted dog bread.
Beautiful. The whole family is going on a trip, including her mother-in-law, who offered to take care of all of Hannah's and Daniel's children while they were having their own time as a couple. FYI, the final stop was Dublin, Ireland, and from the get-go, the comments were not it. He finally bought you tickets to Greece. To Greece, she's going to Greece. Give her the vacation she wanted. Please let her go to Greece. If you don't know why they are mentioning Greece so much, well, it's because of this video.
Okay, it's my birthday present from Daniel. I'm gonna tickets to Greece.
Where's it from?
I don't know, the boys took it off.
Took it off.
It's from Ukraine.
So, plane tickets. Ooh, a hat I can wear in Greece.
What's that hat?
Smart. Oh, my egg apron!
Eat it.
It's great. They can gather eggs.
Oh, it's really cute. It's a cute one.
That's the best. You're welcome.
Thanks, honey.
After a long time.
Since then, Greece is always mentioned in her comments, and I mean, if these guys keep mentioning Greece, why isn't your husband taking you to Greece? Does he hate you? Let me tell you, they might be ruining her desire to go to Greece, because now if she actually goes, they will say he's taking you because of the pressure, not because he actually wants to. He's hypocritical. But Greece is not the reason of the backlash. Actually, it's because she went to Dublin to take cooking classes.
It's separation. It's around. Look at size level. Yeah, also.
She's always been judged for being a housewife that's in the kitchen making food from scratch for her family of 10. Imagine how woke internet users felt then because she traveled to the other side of the world to keep cooking. Are you making your own food on vacation too? This lady even works on vacation. That's literally the vibe of the comments she's been getting. But let's keep reading other opinions. Are you going to Greece now? She definitely enjoys cooking, but this woman seems exhausted. I believe she deserves a different lifestyle. It's like she's keeping herself occupied in order to dissociate. Always with exhausted, bored voiceover and confused eyes, squinting like she's confused why the phone is there. Seriously, they need to stop with the Greece comments. But second, she is a mom of 8, she has a farm that is a business, and she has a social media job as well. Of course, she has a ton of things to do and she may look tired, but so does her husband, who also runs the farm, has the same 8 children, and if I'm not wrong, is involved in his parents' business, the airline JetBlue. So both have the same amount of responsibilities, both are equally busy. You may not see Daniel's actions in the household that much because he doesn't share it online as Hannah does, which is what differentiates them. And if you didn't know, actually many people find cooking therapeutic, which means that more than dissociating while making meals, they may actually relax and sort of meditate a lot, which might be Hannah's case. And her boys and eyes being noticeably exhausted. I bet that these users are the same that say you shouldn't comment on someone else's appearance because you don't know what they are going through, meanwhile they are doing just that. What if she's using a softer voice a la Nara Smith, ASMR-ish just for the appeal? And what if her eyes are just like that due to genetics? They are just overreaching at this point to make their Hannah is a victim of sexism narrative sound logical. And that's a cognitive phenomenon called rationalization. But that is not the only issue. There is something else that internet users cannot wrap their heads around. She's taking those cooking classes along with her husband. You can even see him in the background of some of her videos. And this is what they had to say about her husband. Her husband even follows her there. The wife of a millionaire I don't want to be. The husband is even at school. Why is your husband up in your business all the time? OMG. Of course her hobby has to be writer. Girl can catch a break. And these are just a few comments, but there were plenty of those. And to these individuals I want to ask them, what do you think a marriage is? Just a paper and then ignoring each other or distancing as much as you can because you don't want to feel overwhelmed? I think open relationships and flings have been way too normalized these days that it is difficult for them to understand what healthy relationships look like. When you marry someone, you're making a team with that person you chose as a partner for life. That includes getting along with each other, finding common interests so you can do them together to share and enjoy some time alone as a couple, which is really healthy, especially when you have kids, because that helps the marriage to keep that spark alive, to reset, to recharge the energy they so much need, even more when aside from being parents, they have huge businesses as well. If they think she's miserable because she went to cook in Ireland, she has said she really enjoys doing that. She's really interested in it, so she went to a 12-week course at Ballymallow Cookery School, which on average has a price of £16,000. One pays that amount of money if they really want to invest in something they enjoy, and as Hannah, something they will use to make a business out of. This also shows her husband is willing to see his wife thriving because aside from him enjoying cooking too, he might went to school with her to share some time together, yes, but maybe to collab in her dream entrepreneurship too. And if some believe her husband is controlling her and following her just because they both went to the same cooking school, because they both like preparing meals and want to share some time alone as two through an activity they both like doing, that might say more about the environment these users grew up in or the toxic relationships they have in their lives, if not both. And they are just projecting themselves through those hateful comments they leave on Ballerina Farm's account. The husband let her out of the farm. While they do that, who takes care of the kids? She's playing chef now. She's got a huge complex of Wonder Woman. I do as much as she does, yet I don't make a deal on social media. I just want to say that this type of comments are the ones that actually stigmatize gender roles. They are implying that women that stay at home are 100% meant to be oppressed and forced to stay at home with the kids with a life controlled by men. Or they imply that these women have a complex just because they prioritize nurturing their loved ones. And these users are the ones that tag these women as strat wives, stereotyping them. That is more sexist than Hannah's actions because she chose to live the life she's living. And how do I know? Okay, Hannah and her husband Daniel both were raised by a family of Mormons. They both are Mormons, and this religion usually lives through a more conservative lifestyle because that's what fulfills them and makes them feel accomplished. Also, if she was oppressed, believe me, her farm wouldn't be called Ballerina Farm. Her husband named it and the whole business that way to honor Hannah, his wife, for living her ballerina life to form a family, and he wanted to keep that part of Hannah's life alive. Hannah's always dancing too, and you can see it on her TikToks. If she was a victim, she wouldn't even be an influencer. She wouldn't have a cell phone. But she herself, as an independent woman, made a social media business out of herself. But these feminist users don't want to admit it because Hannah is living a peaceful life in a more traditional way instead of showing her boobs while marching on the streets, posting content on OF, wanting the government to finance abortions instead of being cautious and avoid sleeping around with everyone. If anything, Hannah is the actual girl boss because she's thriving with her own brand. And the people judging her, I could say, are envious or bitter because they see a happy, accomplished woman with money and a happy family walking forward, which makes them feel frustrated with themselves. They believe leaving hateful comments on her page, diminishing her, will make them feel better, but actually they most likely have tons of unhealed wounds they need to close, preferably with the help of professionals, which would be really great for their mental health, because leaving comments filled with despise on someone's content is actually making them more psychologically ill. Is there something you learned from this video or something that you would like to add to the conversation? Leave it on the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like and share with someone that may find this useful. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss out for more interesting psychology content. Thanks for watching.